We immediately began doubling in revenue. The lesson for me there was just focus, right? The number one thing, I was this little assessment company. I was desperate for money. We decided to start doing recruiting, which served a bunch of purposes for me. I made more money. I could afford to keep doing the thing I really cared about with the assessment thing. But it became very convoluted, right? We were really running two kinds of businesses. And the moment we realized that, and we separated the teams and we sort of turned them into two separate businesses, we immediately began doubling in revenue. And so the lesson for me there was just focus, right? Because we were doing too many things in one business. They seem related, but they weren't. Right. I'm an EO, Entrepreneurs Organization member, and I was part of their accelerator program. And at some point, it really sought out that kind of, how do I find my mastermind, my peer group, how do I learn how to be a business owner? I didn't know how to be a business owner. I was a leader in a relatively big business prior, which I learned a lot from, but that didn't teach me how to be an entrepreneur. I sought that out, and that was an idea that was formed from me reflecting monthly on my business, challenges, wins, what was going on, journaling type of a format, and then sharing with my peers, and then learning from smart people, hearing what they were doing and some of the ideas, and continuing just to be a student of entrepreneurship. I think we processed the idea, at one point with the group, and here's what I'm doing and this and that. And I got some feedback from my peers and a coach, and
they're like, Fletcher, you're running two businesses.
They're really good about not giving hard advice, but that then became the epiphany. It was like, I got to get focused, and I'm running two businesses. And so then I put into motion, like, really separating the teams, and as much as I could, we're still very small, right? But I really did. We really separated it. We created two different business plans. We made sure that people were focused on tasks and jobs. And I think we hired a couple of people so that, that they would join the respective teams. And we began to treat them like two separate businesses, and doubled like the next 3 years on each side of the business.
Oh, wow.
Right. So each business itself doubled, right, year over year for a couple of years there.